Hello and welcome to Experiencing Love. I'm your host, Philip Jackson. I'm so glad that you're here. Today, I'm definitely feeling like much more of a chill guy. I want to have a chill day. Put my sunglasses on, and I'm just enjoying everything that today has to offer. I got a surprise rainstorm today, so a lot of my plans that I wanted to do outside didn't quite happen, and that's okay. Today has been prep for the return of my family, coming back from their vacation over in Europe, over in Poland. And so it's good to have them back soon. It's good to be preparing for that. As one of the things that I've done today was do laundry, but I guess in general just cleaned my house. So you're going to vibe with me for right now while I start folding my laundry, honestly. I wonder how invasive that is. I don't know. We're going to start with the regular clothes first. But honestly, this is, I guess, just a day in the life type episode, type moment. You know, I also noticed this is insanely difficult with sunglasses on. I can't see what's right side up. That makes this fun, honestly. Dryer sheet. But I do hope that you've had a pretty chill day as well. You know, not every day needs to be crazy. Sometimes the crazy helps us appreciate the calm, and the calm helps us appreciate the crazy. It's in going back and forth that we experience that uncertainty, some of life's great pleasures, you know, excitement, anticipation, confusion sometimes. Hands here. I have been thinking recently. Being home alone, I actually get a lot of time and a lot of space to think in reality. And I've been thinking recently about plans that I have later this year and how I'm considering reneging on some of those plans. I'm supposed to be going to Europe myself in mid-August towards early September. And I'm genuinely wondering if I should postpone/cancel that trip. I already have a flight booked, as well as some of the plans already scheduled and places booked and all of that stuff. And I know that I would lose some money in this process, but I'm wondering if it's even worth the inner turmoil I'm going through right now. There are certain decisions that I make where I do them for the plot. I do them for progressing the story, progressing the lore of my life, more than because I want to do those things. I've lived a lot of my life in a way where I make decisions, I make choices, just so that I have a story to tell later, not so much because I want the experience itself. Like going on this trip, if I'll be honest, I really rather stay closer to home or even do a road trip in that same time frame. Yet I know it would be a good story for me to go and for me to see family and then do this seminar. And I had this thought a couple days ago now, actually maybe over a week ago, and it was one of those thoughts that it was such a big decision, I didn't want to make it all at once, because I know many times that these desires, or even lack of desires, when I want to stop doing something, it may just be because I'm having an off day. I may be a little bit tired, I may be physically or mentally exhausted, and so I'm not thinking straight. So when that happens, I wait. I will give it at least a day so that in the morning when I'm well rested and well fed and I've had time with friends, then I see what I want to do then. And like when I make the decision then, or when I return to the conundrum, the dilemma then, I know I'm clear-headed. And so whatever I'm leaning towards, I really listen. And it's been a week. And honestly, each day that I've returned to this dilemma, this question, I've come to the point where I was like, I want to stay. Or maybe not stay per se. Maybe I just want to go on a trip that's much lower stakes. It doesn't even have to be considered a trip. Maybe I just want to get away for a little bit. But going on a trip to Europe really is something. It requires planning. It requires time. Because I know that I don't have infinite resources. I don't have infinite time there. I don't have infinite money. I don't have infinite energy to fight and solve problems there rather than plan for them early. I don't know, maybe it's just my mindset about it is also a little bit damaging. It's like holding me back, I guess. I don't know. I've been trying to figure out where this is coming from. Like, why am I considering going back on this? And I often make these choices to begin with because I'm looking for something. You know, when I made these choices to even plan the trip to Europe, I know I was looking for something. I was looking for some need to be met in my life that wasn't being met then. And I genuinely believe that when I change my mind like this, it's usually because since making it the decision, I have found a way to meet that need. I found a way to meet that need so that the trip, with its different pros and cons, no longer has that pro to it, and I start reconsidering because the cons don't go away, the pros are still there. And honestly, the big con, I would have to say, or the big cons, is that lack of resources. Like, going on a trip like that will take money, even more money than I've already spent. And I know it's going to be a heavy drain on my battery, my internal battery, my social battery. Like, a trip like this, I acknowledge, is not a vacation. When I go on a trip like this, like, I believe there's, I guess, different types of these, like, trips. And a vacation is one where you get to unwind and relax and recharge yourself. Whereas if you go on a trip that is less of that and more of an experience, I'd call that more of like an adventure. Like, it may be a vacation in the sense of escaping daily life, but it's more like you're escaping life to go on an adventure rather than a vacation. And so here I am wondering, maybe I'm not looking to go on an adventure to collect a story. I'm actually looking for a vacation where I want to rest. I want to unwind. I want to do what I know will recharge me. And maybe also another part of me is wondering, what even is that? Like, do I know what even recharges me? Because I think leaving the house at any point, at any time, will create some sort of tension, some sort of weird vibe. You know what it could also be? Just thought of this now. Maybe it's the fact that I want to do something with other people. Like, yeah, this trip I would be going to see other people, but maybe it's more the fact that I want to go on an adventure with another person. Not go to their home in another country, but have both of us go from one place to another place to share an adventure. Or maybe better put, to share the mental load of planning and executing a trip, an adventure, a vacation, whatever it is. Sorry, that was a loud pair of pants. So I'm really considering that, and I'm probably going to talk to a few more people before I make any decisions, really. Because I know that when I bring something like this up to the people in my life, the people that I value their opinions a lot, I know that they may or may not change my opinion, but they will give me some valuable insight that I can use in my own decision-making process. They give me that different perspective where I'm able to see, you know what, they have a point. Like, I didn't think of that before, and maybe it would be worth going on this trip. Or, you know, they're right, I should stay home and plan something different. I guess the big question is, will this trip do more good than harm? When I booked the ticket, I definitely said, yeah, it will help me a lot. But I'd be lying if I said I thought it through all the way. It was very much heat of the moment where there was a clock on a good deal, and I knew that I had a very short amount of time to make a decision and follow through. Holy moly. That's incredible. I wonder where that was. Sorry. I'm getting highly distracted. I've been folding socks, by the way. I like do the little nesting thing like that to keep the pairs together. Look what I found. My ring, my other ring. I don't know if I actually brought this up in a previous episode, but I lost my ring a couple days ago. Last Friday, I believe. And I was really bummed out about it. I was really bummed out, and I was looking all around because I just found this one after having done my laundry. It's nice and clean because it must have been in some pocket, or it might have been in a pocket, slipped out and fell deeper into the laundry, and then I just didn't find it when I was going through it. But I found my other ring in my car. I found it like in between the seat and the center console thing, and I found it there. And I've talked about this before on this show, but I have two meanings for these rings in my life. For this ring, the white ring with the silver band, I always say that I'm the creator of my own life. Like, when I see this, I'm reminded that I create the life that I want to live. I create everything in my life. It's supported by so many people and so many environments, so many decisions. But at the end of the day, I get to make choices that creates my life. I get to think in a certain way that creates my reality. So I'm the creator of my life. And this other ring, which is the silver ring with the rocky band in the middle, is a reminder that life is happening for me and not to me. Life is happening for me and not to me was much needed when I lost these rings. Because when I lost them, and I was feeling a little bit discombobulated, a little bit lost, I found this ring, and I told myself, oh, life is happening for me. There's a reason that I lost these rings. I know the other one will show up sometime. And look at this now. It's 5 days later, and I find it right at the exact moment that I'm talking about making a big decision in my life. And now that I say it out loud, it actually does sound planted, but it's not. It actually just serves as a very critical reminder. It's that reminder that I'm the creator of my own life. I get to choose how my life goes. I get to make the decisions. I get to create my story, and I get to do what I truly want to do. I have my desires for a reason. Me wanting or not wanting to go somewhere, to meet someone, to do something. Well, it's not by accident. It's there. It's real. So the real question that I have, because no matter what I choose, life will happen for me, not to me. The real question is, what do I want to create? I'm a creator at heart. I like to make things, not destroy things. This really has me thinking. But you know what? Instead of thinking, because that's not what these rings are about. These rings are about feeling. And so the question is, what do I really feel right now? Like gut instinct. What feels like the right thing to do? The right thing feels like staying. It doesn't mean staying and being inactive, but it means not doing that original plan and keeping my eyes and ears open for plan B. Honestly, creating plan B. I mentioned before already how I've wanted to go on a road trip for so long. Heck, back in April, I believe I talked about it a bunch. How many times am I going to have this desire to go on a road trip and not listen to it? How many times do I have to wait? This is a very interesting development that I'm having now, and I'm really grateful for it. I'm really just baffled that this happened live, like I was recording this. This is more proof for myself, because with the magic of editing and what happens off camera, none of you have to believe that this is real. To you, it could all be coincidental. For me, I don't believe in coincidences. When stuff happens that blows my mind especially, well, I listen. I listen hard. Instead of coincidences, I believe in God winks. Little moments where God winks at us, telling us this isn't an accident, it's on purpose. There's a reason. Just trust and keep moving forward. There's many times where you know what you have to do, when you can also guess what the people around you are going to say, and you know it's going to be a tough conversation. You know they're not going to agree with you, and yet you know it's the right thing to do. When something like this happens, I ask myself, well, in 5 years, who's going to remember this? The people that don't agree with you right now. In 5 years, will they remember this choice, or will it be something that they'll forget? Chances are they'll forget, but you won't. If you make the wrong choice, and it's only the wrong choice because you know that you wanted to and should have made a different choice in that moment, the people around you will forget what the decision was, what the options were, but you will always remember the mistake. In the same way that if you do something that they believe is a make, they'll still forget about that situation. They'll forget about that decision, but you won't. You'll remember you made the right choice. At this point, I'm really talking to myself and hyping myself up, because I know that there's going to be some interesting conversations to follow. And a lot of people wondering why I would change my mind. At this point, someone like my mom, well, she just knows me to change my mind. She knows me that I will become super passionate about something. I will become engrossed by it. And then just as fast, maybe a few months down the line, I will do a 180 and completely forget all of that drive and that passion that I had. Or I would say, rather than forget that drive and passion, it just gets pointed in a different direction, doing a different thing. There was another episode that I had all about giving up and all the times that I've given up in my life. And what I actually noticed now was that I wasn't really giving up things. I was pointing the passion in a different direction, and everything that I thought I had given up in the past was actually because I traded it up for something better in my life. And sometimes right before I get that new thing, I pursue that new passion, there's that moment of uncertainty, that moment of questioning, am I doing the right thing? Am I going in the right direction? What do I do? And there's something so beautiful about a leap of faith. The outcome of a leap of faith is always magical to me. The process of one is always so rewarding, so enriching. I'm now excited for this change of plans. I'm now excited to continue pursuing what I want to pursue. Because I acknowledge this, I'm at a scene of a decision right now. And the main thing that I have to do now is take action. Because I know that if I don't take action now, I may change my mind later. And I'll still go through this turmoil. But I know that right now I'm at the scene of an insight and an opening. Like, there's a decision to make and a choice to walk towards. I gotta just do it. So instead of wasting any time thinking about it or debating what to do, I'm going to take action, one that commits me to this choice. And I have to do that right now. So while I go do that and I finish up this laundry that I have on the side here, which is actually all folded, I now just have to put it away, which is off camera. I'm going to go do that. I'm going to go take action. And I hope you do the same. I hope you do something. You take action. I hope there was something that spun your mind in some way that made you realize, oh wait, you know what? This isn't a coincidence. This is on purpose, and I'm not going to deny it. I'm going to follow it. So do it. What you have to do it right now. You can apologize to the other people around you later. And I mean apologize because they're going to wonder why you didn't ask them for their opinion. But don't apologize about doing something that's right for you. I'm not saying go out and hurt other people, but there are many times in life where someone will get hurt not because you hurt them, but because they want to feel hurt. So don't put that on yourself. You're not evil. When your cup is filled because you've taken care of yourself for so long, you will give hundreds of times more to all those people in your life than you could have by just never saying no, always saying yes. You got this. I believe in you. I believe in us, both me and you. So let's go do what we gotta do. Just remember to always fill up with the love. Always fill up with that love. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I love you.